Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The Fishing News is brought to you by Okuma and The Reel Seat at 707 Union Avenue, Brielle. Gear up for fall stripers and blues, from the beach to the rocks and everywhere in between.
An early holiday weekend forecast for you for the New Jersey, Delaware region as we head into Thanksgiving weekend 2017, my favorite time of year. Family, football, feasts, and of course, good friends. That's right, fishing. Can't forget, while we're stuffing the bird, we also got to remember about these bass that are stuffing themselves along the central and North Jersey coast. If we go back 1 year, think about 2016, Thanksgiving 2016, it was an all-out bunker and bass blitz along the Jersey shore. Places like Manaloking, Lavalette, Island Beach, Seaside. If you picked up the November edition of the Fisherman magazine, you know what I'm talking about. We highlighted that as a hot spot. Island Beach, around Thanksgiving 2016, absolutely on fire, and epic conditions highlighted in that photo spread in our November edition. And as I'm looking at this pre-Thanksgiving Day forecast, it looks like we could see some of the same conditions coming up this weekend. In fact, the last couple of Fridays alone along the central Jersey coast, North Jersey as well, all the way down off Long Beach Island, have been pretty epic for a lot of folks. This past Friday, some of the live liners getting in on the action in the surf in Seaside as those bass were blowing up on bunker, bumped into Mike Rios in the surf, picking up a nice one on live bunker just this past Friday. In fact, this Friday coming up, the day after Thanksgiving, looks like the winds hold up the way they're supposed to. It could be another epic bite. Plug bags. Folks are packing away the swim shads, the tsunamis, the calcuttas, the storm baits, the storm, the new 360 baits, the pencils. Of course, when you've got those bunker that are getting crashed along the bar, pack those plug bags with the pencils, the swim shads, and wait for them to come in close. We are finding, we talked to some folks throughout the state, if they aren't seeing those bunker blow-ups with the stripers in close, the Daiwa SP Minnow taking fish in Atlantic and Cape May County. In fact, this week, found out about a good report in Cape May County, a lot of fish being taken on some of those swim plugs. A lot of smaller fish, but some outstanding light tackle action. That's Atlantic County down into Cape May County as well. It's the boat guys, of course, that continue to get it done on the troll by trolling those mojos and those stretch plugs, those different plugs, the Rapala X-Wraps, and of course, the Maja spoons. If you're not trolling with wire or with heavy braid and getting those Maja spoons down deep, especially out along the fence, you might not be hooking up with those monster bass. I'll tell you what, if you've got some time free this Saturday, Lacey Marine in Forked River, Tony Arcabasio is going to be out there at Lacey Marine for a very special sale, and he's going to spend some time talking to folks. If you have any questions about trolling those bunker spoons, because we should be able to troll them for monster bass all the way through the end of the year, that's going to be this Saturday, November 25th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., Lacey Marine in Forked River. Go out there and say hello to Tony. Now, the North Central live lining continues to the thrill of so many charters on many of these boats like Mushin and everybody else. There's so many bass out there. Now, folks are running and gunning from pod to pod, but especially from the Raritan down through boats coming out of Shark River, Manasquan, and Barnegat especially. That's where the main body of big fish seems to be. And again, there is some running and gunning on the birds, and especially as the pods are popping up from here and there. Look for some of those whales. But again, we hope that offshore wind this week with the Thanksgiving holiday will bring some of those fish in close. That is definitely where the main body of fish have been, Central and North Jersey. And hopefully a few of these big fish where folks have been trolling the line, inside that 3-mile line. And hopefully those bass continue to stay inside the 3-mile line as they move down into South Jersey, down into Delaware as well. And all it takes is one little hang a right, perhaps even get into the Delaware. As I said, there are a few bass in the backwaters of Atlantic and Cape May County. Some folks dragging eels, also live spots, putting some fish in the box, a lot of catch and release. And hey, how about the Cape May Rips? You remember that? Cape May Rips, the 60-foot slough, places like that. Captain Harvey Yankinson of Vetcraft Sport Fishing. He posted this pic recently, a 43-pounder that was caught down there 3 years ago this week. Could it happen again? I know there's been a few fish in the rip, some small fish, but again, all it takes is for some of those bass that are on the bunker now to hang a quick right in the mouth of Delaware Bay, and perhaps we can get some more big fish in there before the season is out. There have been some fish on both sides of Delaware Bay. Certainly worth the effort if you're running out of Delaware or New Jersey and fishing that big bay. Not exactly what we're seeing in Ocean and Monmouth County, but hey, those fish are traveling south. Hopefully they'll be there at some point, at some time very soon. Of course, most of the boats on either side of the bay, folks running out of Indian River or Lewis, on up to Ocean City, New Jersey. The Stray Cat, for example, they're sailing for tog and black sea bass because we've got those limits in place right now. And as the weather allows, getting out for some of those biscuits and, of course, those big tog, it's a good bet for the weekend ahead. As a matter of fact, there are some real monster blackfish out there as well. In fact, Chris DeSantos, Captain Chris of the Barb Gale 4, checked in with us this week. Take a look at this monster, a 16-pounder that he caught on a trip this week. And yes, he released that big, beautiful fish. Captain Chris runs out of Brielle, and I know a lot of folks are out there on the tog grounds. They let a lot of these big breeders go. That's some fish. Nice job, Captain Chris, and that fish is still out there and still hungry for crabs. Speaking of which, we posted a great recipe this week. It's from Toby Lipinski up in New England. He's got a blackfish stew you might want to take a look at. Perfect for holiday gatherings, or if you need a reason to get out of the holiday shopping this week. The wife is going Black Friday shopping, you're going Blackfish Friday shopping because you've got to put some stew on the holiday table. You might consider that this weekend. If you are shopping this weekend, there are plenty of opportunities in the local tackle shops, of course. Fanatics, for example, they have a 25% store-wide sale. I mentioned the folks at Lacey Marine, their special event on Saturday. They've got a bunch of stuff on sale. Harry's Outdoors out in Robbinsville, they've got a sale going on now as well. I mentioned the November edition, but our December edition from the Fisherman magazine is out on newsstands now. You subscribers, you've got a copy in your mailbox. If it hasn't arrived yet, it will this week. There's a lot of great specials, and folks are having deals, sales throughout the holiday season. Of course, in the back there's also some very special messages from some of our advertisers, some of the captains, and some of the shops as well. Of course, I couldn't let this week go without a special message to NASCAR Nation. How about that Jersey guy, huh? Congratulations to Martin Truex Jr., an alum of Southern Regional High School. Go Rams. Of course, a native of Mayetta in Stafford Township, a New Jersey angler, and also on the Bass Pro Shops team. That was a heck of a ride over the weekend. Jersey's proud of Martin Truex. His family and friends watching this week, just want to say congratulations. We couldn't let that go by without that special message. And it shows that a kid's dreams really do come true. Hey, another event this Saturday, November 25th, the Manasquan Fishing Flea Market will be held from 9 to 2. That's at Manasquan Elementary School. That's at 168 Broad Street in Manasquan. Admission is just $4. And of course, you kids, you get in free, kids 12 and under. Start those dreams early. Have yourself a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy your big bird. Get out and look for a few stripers this weekend as well. Enjoy the week with your family. God bless you, and we'll see you again next week here at thefisherman.com.
Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today.